Hello and welcome to one of the most glorious days of college football we have ever seen. What a matchup we have lined up for today. I could not be more pleased with the outcome of this match. With that being said, a like and subscribe would help. Comment always helps as well. And let's get straight into this. Before we get onto that matchup, we need to talk about this game. So let's go ahead and pull up the stats here. The question for this game was going to be, what can DJ provide for Oregon State? Because last year, Oregon State was such a solid team, but one of the biggest problems with their team was they were putting up some of the worst quarterbacking numbers. A lot of people think that DJ could fill in that position. A very solid Oregon State team everywhere on every end of the ball, even now on the quarterback positioning, whether it's good, whether he does exceptionally well or he just does mediocre. Can he provide what Oregon State was missing from last year? Well, he had a pretty good game. I mean, against San Jose State, he threw 20 for 25, 239 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Ultimately, those are pretty good stats. I mean, no turnovers, only didn't complete 5 passes, only threw the ball 25 times. So, I mean, hey, Oregon State looked to be pretty good. Their running back had 18 carries for 145 yards. Ultimately, Oregon State looked really good in this game. Their total yards, they had 473. They were 0 for 1 on 4th down efficiency, 5 for 8 on 3rd down efficiency. And they had 9 penalties, which is not a good look, but still doesn't really matter in such an annihilation. My prediction was 49-10. Final score was 42-17, which shouldn't even be as it is. San Jose State scored a touchdown with 4 seconds left, and so I would have been even closer if San Jose didn't do that, but they did. So whatever. But now it is time to get into the big game of the week: LSU versus Florida State. I was hyping up this game all year long. A lot of people were. This was named the game of the week. It clearly was. Number 5 versus number 8. Oh boy, I was waiting for this match. I had to work tonight, so fitting this game into my work schedule was almost impossible, but I got her done. So this was my prediction. I predicted it would be a game for the ages. Florida State pulling away with a last-second touchdown. That's how I planned it in my mind. I don't know if I said that in my prediction video, but I was going to say last-second touchdown. Florida State walks away with the victory. Oh, they did more than walk away with the victory. They absolutely embarrassed this LSU team. Absolutely embarrassed them. Put them right back in their place. You hear that, stupid LSU fans? Yeah, you guys better get national championship contenders out of your mouth. Yeah, that's right. So the first half of this game was actually pretty enjoyable. You know, I'm watching it on my phone. The adrenaline and whatnot was pretty nice. I was actually enjoying this football game. I was like, this could be a really tight, close game. But clearly LSU had other plans. So in the first quarter, both teams split touchdown 7-7. In the second quarter, it was looking like both teams were going to go into the half 14-14, but LSU managed to get a huge breakaway run, couple passes, kick a field goal. They go into the half up 3. And from that point on, it was nothing but downhill for LSU and up to the heavens for FSU. 17-17, 17-24, 17-31, 17-38, 17-35. LSU didn't touch the scoreboard until a minute and 15 seconds left when Brian Thomas Jr. got a 75-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels, and that would finish off this game. That last touchdown was a big fat pad for Jaden Daniels' stats. 75 yards added on by that play, which will do the math here. He had 347 yards and that 75-yard touchdown. That leaves us with, I think, 260 something, I believe. If I'm doing quick math there, that'll leave us with 260 something. Or no. I don't know. I can't do it. It's too much. I think it'll leave us with 270 something. He was 22 for 37, 347 yards, which we know was padded, a touchdown, which was also padded. Can you believe it? And an interception. This guy sucked. This guy was terrible. Jaden Daniels could not have played worse. The only time I ever saw this offense activate was when he used his legs, took off, and ran. He is a great runner. Let me tell you something. I just am surprised by some of the hits that FSU is delivering to this quarterback. I don't know how he's getting up after. I thought surely multiple times in this game, Jaden Daniels was not going to get up, but he managed to get up every single time. So props to him for that. Literally, like, there were some hits. There was one hit where he tried to jump over a person going through the line and just got clobbered. I was like, oh my god, he might have just died on the field. He got back up, man. But really, this LSU team, for all the hype, all the LSU fans saying they're national championship contenders, they did not play like it. Now, if I'm going to be real, the first half, yes, was very enjoyable. The LSU defense was pretty solid for a while, but the big, scary monster stat comes in. They had too many penalties in that first half. I don't really know what happened in the majority of the second half, because once FSU scored that the touchdown to go up 31-17, I turned off my phone because I knew FSU won. Oh, and they won. So I don't really know what happened there, but all I know was FSU was getting some insane penalties called on them. But whether they were deserved or not, it was still keeping LSU in this game. I mean, seriously. But the crazy part was how fast LSU got off to a start in this game. I was like, oh my god, LSU might actually kill this team. But then FSU held them to a goal line stand. Not only that, though, it wasn't only in 4 downs, because on one run, Jaden Daniels got tackled or was getting wrapped up, whistle blew, and then he got pushed to the ground, and they threw a late hit flag, which put them right back on the 1-yard line with a new first down. It took 5 downs, and they still didn't even get in the end zone. So some might be like, oh, well, LSU only lost because of they kept going for 4th downs and they weren't getting it. My ass. FSU was clamping the fuck down on them. That's what was happening. Honestly, right now what I'm looking at is last year the ACC was the most they were the worst conference. But from what I have seen, just from the ACC-SEC matchups, typically the SEC teams will always be the strongest teams, the strongest competitors. North Carolina absolutely clamped down on South Carolina, and Florida State absolutely clamped down on LSU. So I'm like, dude, these ACC teams might have them defenses. They might have very good defenses this year. I know it's only the first week of football and all that. We're still getting into the swing of things and still determining things, so it's hard to make assumptions and whatnot. But from what I have seen from some of these SEC teams is nothing near impressive. Same can be said for some Big Ten teams. I mean, I've been more impressed by gameplay in the ACC and the Pac-12. Honestly, the one team that I have not been impressed, or the two teams, I guess I could say, that I have not been impressed by in the Pac-12 are USC and my Sun Devils. My Sun Devils suck. But the main teams, of course, being USC, they are just the one team in the Pac-12 that is bringing it down. All in all, let's wrap this back up. I'm just traveling right now. I'm saying the ACC might be dogs. They might be dogs. So, but yeah, overall stats, FSU had 494 yards of offense. LSU had 460. So, I mean, this was just a fantastic game. Truly, I just really wanted to see. I don't really have a whole lot against LSU. In fact, I kind of want to see Jaden Daniels prosper because he was at ASU, and I just want to have something against Herm Edwards for him scaring away a very, very good quarterback. Even though he played terribly today, I really kind of want to see that. It's just their fan base pisses me off so much. So if I made you mad or something and you're not an LSU fan, sorry. But if you are an LSU fan, stay mad, bitch. FSU, they are dogs. I mean, Jordan Travis, I don't mean to speak too early. I know it's week 1. He could be a Heisman candidate. But yeah, I can't really skip to the next slide because we still got a game tomorrow. And yeah, so I guess that's all for me. Adios.